We're at Revolution Hall in Southeast Portland, where anywhere between 100 and 200 demonstrators gathered before taking to the streets.
The far left and anti-police demonstrators, dressed in all black, marched in the streets on Portland's east side for more than an hour Wednesday afternoon. They chanted Black Lives Matter and out of your homes, into the streets, among other things. They carried signs, one that read, "We don't want Biden, we want revenge." Aside from some minor disruptions to traffic, the march was peaceful and nonviolent. That's until the crowd reached the Democratic Party of Oregon offices at Northeast 9th and Everett. We watched as protesters broke several windows and tagged the nondescript building. 2 dumpsters were knocked over and a small fire lit as well. Demonstrators then moved towards Buckman Park, where law enforcement was waiting.
Officers quickly identified several suspects responsible for damage and related criminal activity. Officers made multiple targeted arrests in the area of the park.
Speaking of arrests, our cameras were there as officers took 2 people into custody, all while onlookers shouted expletives at police. Meanwhile, back at the Democratic Party of Oregon building, crews began the task of cleaning up. A spokesperson for the party released a statement expressing frustration and disappointment about the vandalism. They say it shouldn't take away from the joyous and momentous day, adding that the party is resolute and determined to do everything in its power to support the Biden-Harris administration. In Portland, Mike Benner for KGW News.